in this visit in China is I get to open my eyes a lot more about the payments that Chinese people are using nowadays. It's not credit card, it's not any cards or cashless card. Oh man. Or just, using PayPal or like whatever the method it is. They are completely using a complete different one. Before I get into that topic, I want to talk about social media. Now obviously, what I'm actually referring is WeChat Pay. But let's have a bit of understanding from me, right? I don't use WeChat. When I'm in Australia, the only time I use WeChat is probably once or twice a year. I send messages to my folks in China. It's the only app that ever works in China. Like, there's none of our apps works there, like Twitter, Facebook, none of them works, or even Snapchat. I dislike using social media. I'm very against social media until this trip that I went to China. The heavy use of WeChat. Now obviously WeChat is the most dominant social media app in China, but also I did not know how successfully and how useful is actually WeChat is. Now let's have a bit of background about Facebook. Facebook is just a bit of more like, you got all your friends, messages, instant or PM, or perhaps, you can join events, and it can be depressing if people dislike you or get bullied, or you're not the popular person, so nobody notices you. A lot of people have social media depression. WeChat, on the other hand, is a complete different ballgame. As I mentioned before, we don't use, we use payment of cashless cards, MasterCards or credit cards, PayPal. I'm sorry, my camera is shaking at the moment. It's windy at the moment. But in China, the most dominant, they don't use cash anymore. The young people like my generation, they don't use cash anymore. And it surprised me the most where WeChat Pay comes in. So basically, there's like a QR code in different retails and restaurant, and for you to tap on. So pretty much you link in with your WeChat like a PayPal account. You link it with your card, with your bank account, and you hook it up. There's no taxes or anything transaction between you and the consumer, the business. So the business don't have any taxes within the transaction of WeChat. But however, they can't dodge taxes when it comes to their financial year. Now, the usefulness of this WeChat Pay enables not only just you not bringing a wallet, but also you can purchase everything. You can purchase like a holiday, you get like a trip, but there's a certain limit of money, of course, if you meet under the requirements. I know the cashless cards the tap cards in Australia is a maximum to $100, maybe up to 200 right now. But here is like 100 renminbi or 1,000 renminbi or 2,000 renminbi. So pretty much you can purchase anything with this PayPal, with this WeChat Pay, as they also introduce very, very versatile apps inside. Now obviously I can't read Chinese, but the amount of stuff that you can use, oh my god, it's like one app combine everything in one. So can you imagine like hotel or like travel agents and just everything? But you pretty much can buy everything. And it really shocked me the most because for me to come to Shantou from Guangdong, my cousin just literally used WeChat Pay by simply just scan the code and send the code, and that's it. Then they buy straight away. I know it's so easy for all of us to say, oh well, we could do online payment as we could use our Visa debit card as long as we type in our a card number or perhaps a PayPal. But what I'm trying to say, WeChat is so dominant. Nobody uses cash anymore in my era, like the younger folks. Nobody uses cashes anymore. It's so scary because I'm so used to holding cash, the physical stuff, the papers, But no, these guys, they go, all they do is just carry a phone. They carry a phone and just scan the code with the camera, and that's it. They don't need any hectic hectic, technology. Like, like I remember my roommate, he has this, I think it's like a card tapping chip behind his card. He has to touch it. And sometimes, his case was too thick and he has to take it out, the case, and tap it, which is a headache. But WeChat Pay is a lot more useful. Boy, I did not know how crazy it is. And now you got another one, Alipay, Alibaba, 10 cents and everything. It blew my mind this time, the amount of people uses this sort of app for payments. Do I ever see this ever spread around the world? Well, the next stop is right now, it's the most dominant use is in China. They want to spread it to Southeast Asia or across Asia. The next stop is North America, and that is something I need to travel, to explore, to experience what people are doing, or maybe news as well. It's incredible. But here's my thoughts, all right? Since my generation and the younger generations, or a generation above me, are heavily using with this app instead of using cash, now the government knows how to, and not promoting any taxes on top or any surcharges or anything at the moment. If this continues in the long run, and where my parents' generation and all of them will eventually be forced to use this, they don't need to print cash anymore. Printing cash requires money, and there's so much fake money going around in China. The government's like, oh, you know what, this is pretty great, pretty great idea. Use the digital in a transaction, not only to save us paper, but also save us everything. And as well for businesses, this is the bad thing about business owners. They can't dodge tax when it comes to the financial year because everything is straight to the bank account. So it's pretty much what I'm trying to say. It's like Scandinavian countries, right? I know my cousins who lives right now currently in Norway, all their identification, everything, all their cards, bank cards, passport, everything is under one card. They have no cash system in Scandinavian countries. What do I see right now? If this continues to be rapidly popular in demand, this will go all out, because pretty much, this card literally could be anything. Like this app could do anything. But Scandinavian with this card, you can't dodge taxes or anything, and you get paid. You just, there's no cash in those countries. And what I'm trying to say is that it will create a huge effect, especially in economy, where a lot. I say a lot of companies, a lot of businesses are dodging taxes. But if this continues with this card, PayPal, WeChat Pay or Alipay is getting very popular demand, countries will adapt this model. They want to gain more tax in a legitimate way, in a proper way. And if this still continues, it will create a lot of businesses to struggle. But that's my thoughts. Maybe China will think in a different way. Maybe I'm not. But that's my view with this pay. It's not that great in the long run. But this WeChat, it's versatile. If WeChat Pay is there, and you could pretty much can order food deliveries, as you guys may know, like Foodora, like all these food delivery, it's getting popular in demand. This WeChat, it can link anything. It's incredible, this app. But this WeChat Pay is scary, because it's just costing government more money to print money. And later on, if the government see this, I know the government already sees this, but if the government decides, you know what, let's make it stricter, let's do anything. Where China is currently in the second in the world for the global trades and everything. And if they want to take over one or being two, they have to be legitimate and be up for the game. And I reckon this will create a lot of struggles for the business owners, but not the business workers. So that's my final verdict on this topic. I'm just amazed, like, the amount of people using this app instead of physical cash. But you still use cash in some sort of way, but what I'm trying to say, it eliminates using cash in a daily run. I'm not saying they don't completely banish, because they have a limit. And some places requires cash, like tolls and everything. But what I'm trying to say, people are holding less cash than ever than before. Alright? All I can say to you guys is, have an opportunity to travel around the world, especially big countries, and see how they roll. For me, this is an eye-opener. And for me, I need to break it down and see, maybe in the future, maybe Australia will adapt to this. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. I'm out.